Alô, alô. Tá. Se bem que eu também posso abrir a Twitch no celular, né? Mas vamos testar agora se tá melhor. Tá, eu vou avisar, daí me avisa no chat. Responda agora. Vai, tô esperando. Até agora não carregou infinitamente. Oi. Ixi, será que tá meio atrasado ainda? Ou será que tá normal? O load parou, né? Você me pegou de surpresa, porra. Ah, tá. Tava em outra janela. Porra, avisei ainda. Pensar rápido. Tem que pensar rápido. Tá, acho que tá normal então. Não tá mais travando nem nada, então é isso. Tá normal. Espero que não... Tava dando uns trovão aqui, espero que tenha parado. Parou, né? Espero que não volte. Acho que sim. Vamos ver. Tá, deixa esse daqui. Abre o jogo. Às vezes eu tive que mudar de novo, mano. Com certeza mais normal que hoje cedo, então deve ter estabilizado. Às vezes eu tenho que mudar a tela. Não sei o que acontece, porque às vezes eu não pegava a tela. Vamos ver. O jogo já abriu, mas na tela não tá mostrando, né? Agora apareceu. É que eu tô farmando o sombreiro do Lost Ark. Você tá jogando no Lost Ark, porra? Mas é um cracudo. Tem um delay pra mostrar a tela. Como assim tem um delay pra mostrar a tela? Eu acabei de abrir a tela. Não, no emulador, não sei porquê, mas toda vez que eu abro ele vai querer ler um ou outra janela. Eu tenho que selecionar manualmente. Quando você muda pro OBS. Então, que tem um emulador ainda, né? Tá bom. Eu tinha ido aqui no New Game, né? O Metal Gear 3 aqui ganha roupinhas a mais. Esse daqui... Será que eu pego aqui roupinhas a mais? O OBS tem um delay não live. Isso eu sei. Isso daí eu manjo. Tá, eu acho que eu vou... Eu sempre joguei pelo 3 e eu ganhava umas roupinhas extras, mas eu acho que é bom eu pegar aqui mesmo, que é mais cru. É mais cru. Vai cinemática tudo de novo, né? Cortou tudo mesmo na última vez.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Eu só lembro que o Snake tava ensinando história. Isso, agora vai ter que estudar história para poder entender o Metal Gear, entendeu? Não é para você ter mais conhecimento da vida, não, para entender a lore do Metal Gear. Um símbolo ali do Fox, da Foxhound.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Meu Deus, é do emulador esse daí, velho. Espero que não aconteça de novo.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
Snake rebelde, ó. Tá naquela idade.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Eu só queria dar uma fumada disso. Tá no charuto ainda, mano.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop
Seguro.
off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Foi. Aí a cobra voadora.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the
Não é mais
virtuous
cobra
mission.
sólida, é
The
cobra
future of
voadora.
our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right.
Na verdade não é
So what
Foxhound, é só
exactly is
Fox
this
por
wonderful
enquanto.
mission?
Eu errei.
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
Sokolov é porque eu lembro desse nome. É um nome padrão que botam, né? Em
Well
russo.
spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The president demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device.
Era
For
um
half a year
foguete?
now,
Não,
the
é um
Soviets have
foguete.
been
Ah, tá.
conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs.
Metal Gear.
Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
O jogo, tipo, nem encostei no jogo, já foi tonelada de história. Tonelada de informação. E o Snake ainda tava caindo, mano.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to
É verdade,
infiltrate
essa
Selinoyarsk
cinemática
in
dá
the
pra olhar na
Soviet
visão
mountains,
dele.
ensure the safety of Sokolov and bring him back to the west.
Não dá pra olhar desse lado. Como você disse que era o
Get
3.
Sokolov back before that weapon is complete. We'll be facing a major crisis.
Ah,
Clock
é.
is ticking.
É muita cutscene. Não é ruim, é tudo muito bom. Mas tem trechos do jogo que
Once we've
passa
confirmed
mais
the rescue
tempo
of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point.
assistindo
The
do que
recovery
jogando.
balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes.
Tá, jogar o Snake da estratosfera, como é que ele tá caindo? Jogaram lá bem longe mesmo.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Às vezes tá dando uns delayzinhos,
Sounds
né?
like she could hold her own
Depois
against
eu vou
a
ver se consigo dar
battalion
um
of
jeito
tanks.
nisso.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're
Eu sei
facing a
como, só tenho que
4-hour
acertar a
time
medida.
limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Mas eu começo a falar igual drogado.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast.
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Ele só tá seguindo o que aconteceu no outro jogo. Ih. No 2 ele pulou assim também, não pulou? Do barco lá. Não fica na mesma posição, a mesma coisa, né? Eu veria que o Snake é de boca numa árvore, ia ser engraçado. Mas não ia ser tão dramático. Balançando o cabelinho. Snake. L'Oréal Paris. Não tem nanomachines, né? É rádiozinho
Do you
mesmo.
copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake.
A
I'll be
cobra
referring to you
pelada.
as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
A
What
cobra
about you,
pelada
Major?
que depois fica
What should
uma
I call
cobra
you?
sólida.
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission.
Não tem
You must
fotinha.
not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality.
Ficou pior.
In other words, weapons and equipment are procure on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Ok, calma aí. Aí meu mouse aqui morreu. Aí voltou ao normal. Não, calma aí. Aí. Cheguei, mano. Então, a diferença, por exemplo, quando o jogo lançou, ele era o 3, daí chamado lá o Naked Snake. Aí a câmera era assim, igual o primeiro e o terceiro jogo. Aí no Submission tem essa câmera. Terceira pessoa. Aí tem a mecânica ali de camuflagem. Então dependendo do lugar. Agachado. No matinho. Snake não tem bunda, não, é uma calça larga. Não é mais uma calça. Já tô sentindo falta do. Sentindo a falta da bundona do Raiden.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it.
Tem limite de
Suppressor's durability is shown in the
silenciador aqui
icon.
também, verdade.
Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth
Nossa, mas o Kojima tava esperando pra
You're a
fuder a
ghost,
vida de
Snake,
todo mundo se
in
jogar.
every
Ah,
sense
tá.
of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She?
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who
Paramedic.
comes in by parachute.
Aren't you
That's how
going
it
to tell me
is.
your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Dessa vez da outra vez. Da outra vez
I
era.
wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency.
Pelo menos não vai ter DR agora.
140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
Posso salvar mais
That's
vezes.
right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake. Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you?
Porque em todas as missões Snake tem pelo menos uma namoradinha. Ele é pegador.
Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
Porra.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
Tava
I
contando.
was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But
Achei
what
que a
about how
gente
to
não ia
think like a
entender.
soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
Não sei se concorda,
No,
isso não
it
quer
had
dizer
nothing to
nada.
do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It
O
suits you
Snake tá
well.
confuso.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a
Tomou uma
snake.
puta lição
The
de
Cobra
vida.
unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world.
Cobra
As long as you've got a
Unit.
legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Ah, stealth? Cadê minha bazuca?
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Bom, stealth. Olha, tem uma cobra aqui. Quantos anos o Snake tinha nesse jogo? Boa pergunta. Cuidado para pesquisar. Se você pesquisar no o nome, você pode tomar spoilers. Eu não sei quantos anos ele tem aqui. 20. Não, tem cara de 17. Porque ele não ia procurar, tá? Tem 18. Nasceu ontem. Nossa, eu tô com o bagulho de emular o PlayStation, né? Ele emula certinho, mano. Eu lembro quando eu tava jogando no PlayStation, essa parte aqui, algumas partezinhas que tinha muita grama, dava umas travadinhas mesmo. O videogame tava uma queimada. Tem um jacaré aqui. Tinha um bug juice. Vai me morder. Tá, deixa eu ver a backpack. Tenho coisas que eu não equipei? Tenho. Eu tenho uma anaconda muito grande. Mas a minha estamina lá, a estamina debaixo da vida, tá cheia. Acho que todos os jogos do Kojima fazem os consoles queimam. É, basicamente. Bug juice. Aqui tem mais um jacaré. Tem item ali. Eu afundo? Deixa eu ficar parado. Caralho, eu tô afundando. Eu afundo sim. Tem alguma coisa aqui no chão. Eu não consigo pegar. Ah, é uma fruta. Eu quase morri ali. Tem outra cobra aqui. Pior que eu quase morri, bicho.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. You can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your
Olá, Nath.
camouflage.
Quero ver a boss fight com o TN.
Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while
Eu
the
gosto
face
do
option lets you
Tefir.
change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively.
Preciso não falar que é Stealth 300 vezes é pra entender.
Don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But
Eu
if
vou
you
andar igual
crawl
Jota.
instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area.
Você ouviu? Ele é louco,
The
mano.
higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Não é pra sair correndo, não vou sair correndo. Eu não vou sair correndo. Tá, deixa eu ver a camuflagem. Vamos ver o que tem de bom aqui. Esse daqui tá melhor. Ó, dá pra ficar peladão também, ó. Porra, esse Snake tá fortinho. Como é que... Eu lembro que tinha um... Não é esse. Nem esse. Opa, não. Era um botão que se viu o raio-x. Ou talvez ainda não dá. Migra daí o Smoke. Então o Snake virou o mestre da maquiagem. Cadê o gameplay Snake peladão exatamente? Ó. Pronto, tô camuflado. Uou! Uou! Mentira, eu não vou não. Deixa eu passar uma make aqui. Será que ele me vê daqui, mano? Às vezes eu tenho que vir aqui, botar uma roupa e mudar de volta, entendeu? Ah, 90, esse daqui é de árvore. Queremos gameplay de Snake peladão. Snake peladão com uma metralhadora. Vai virar o Rambo. Agora eu vou botar... Não, o Leaf vai ser melhor. Leaf, não é? Isso, viu? Não tô errado. Ah, aqui é melhor. Beleza. Nunca chegam 100%. Tipo, é padrão do jogo. Tá, eu não... A mecânica desse jogo é brincar de roupinha, sim. E a gente pega mais roupinhas, não se preocupe. Só que nesse jogo não tem a câmera, né? O minimapa. Aquilo lá era nanomachines, não tem nanomachines aqui. Tá, tem o sensor. Tinha um outro item. Ah, acho que é porque eu deixei no hard. É tipo um... É um bagulho que dá sinais. Mas como eu deixei no hard, eu acho que não dá pra pegar. Tem que achar o item. E tem bateria, né? É verdade, tem bateria. Isso é igual Cold Fear. Tipo, de todos os Metal Gear, esse daqui é o que mais tem que ter paciência, mano. Eu botei no hard. Kojima também colocou o mapa no manual do jogo. Boa pergunta. Tem um mapa aqui, ó. Eu posso clicar aqui e ver o mapa. Mas é só os lugares que eu já explorei. E ainda esse negócio. Tipo, você não vê o que tem no mapa. É literalmente o mapa. E é isso. Eu não sei se tem mais alguém. E eu não sei se ele vai virar. Eu vou correr. Ninguém me viu. É vulto. Já vi um speedrun que venceram esse jogo em menos de 1 hora. Que? Com bug, né? Com os glitchzinhos, né? Isso daí não vê não. Ó, o sorrisão. Sorriso do psicopata. Na GD aqui. Tem mais 2 vindo. Mais um lá atrás, tá? E tem aquela bagulho de abelha. Corre. Tá aqui, só não escorrer. Bosta. Você que é abusar do hitbox do roll. Vai ficar rolando mesmo. Eu vi que tinha mais alguém aqui, não tinha? Não.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Eu nunca
And one more
fico
thing,
em
Snake.
alerta.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Tá. Deixa eu salvar o jogo, não salvei ainda, né?
Saving the game, Snake?
Ou vou. Pronto, formatei. Caralho, já faz 42 minutos, foi só cutscene.
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Ah, tá.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course! Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
A Magic vai ficar falando de filmezinhos com a gente. É, o Kojima enfiou, né? Vai falar todos os filmes que eu gosto na Magic. Eu vou na andadinha da cobrinha. Não consigo imaginar a Snake sentada pra assistir um filme. Bom, eu gastei só um pontinho no bagulho. Acho que eu consigo levantar aqui de boa. Deixa eu ligar o sensor. Tô escutando passos. Ou é bicho? Os bichos também dão passos. Ah, achei ele. Tá ali na frente, atrás da escada. Deixa eu ver se tem uma camuflagem melhor nesse chão. Tem. Opa, volta. Acabei de ver ele ali. Ele vai vir pra cá. Putz, me viu. Tô triste. Falhei. Ih, morri, mano. Não deu muito certo. Vai botar todo mundo pra dormir então. Au. Porra, meu irmão. Volta aqui. Parte correr. Como é que você precisa também nesse jogo? Eu literalmente tive que fazer pra combinar com as outras. Você já achou então? Cara, tem muito soldado. Ai. Porra, meu irmão. Falhei. Ah, não dá pra ligar agora não. Morri. Tô esquentando, calma aí. Não deu muito certo fazer aquilo ali não, era bom ter esperado o menino vir.
Snake, what happened?
Já mandou? Ah, beleza, então valeu. Ficou bonitinho. Obrigado. Será que eu boto esse daqui pra dormir também? Acho que eu vou, hein? Difícil de controlar pelo analógico. Eu acho que acertei. É, se deu alerta, acertei. Uma hora ele dorme. Outro bagulho agora tá incomodando ele. Tá, agora vamos esperar o cara vir pra cá. O negócio aqui é esperar mesmo. Não adianta. Ah, não dá pra vir por aqui. Então, tipo, censura o bagulho no celular. Censura. Já tive dessas também. O celular ele censura, não sei porquê. Anda devagarzinho. Achei.
What's wrong?
Porra, meu irmão. Eu soltei o botão sem querer.
Who's that?
Eu apertei o botão sem querer, desgraça. Não, tudo de novo, mano. Desgraça. Não tem inimigo não. Porra, mano, eu tô tentando. Larguei o botão sem querer, tava segurando e soltou. Era pra ter segurado mais tempo. Fica aí. Deu certo. Calma aí, tô esquentando. Eu sou um rookie, lembra? Oh, droga.
front of Sokolov's cell, but the door won't open.
Hold on, Snake. What's the current condition?
Fudido.
Yeah. What phase is it now?
Evasion.
Exactly. I already said you can't contact Sokolov during battle. Don't you listen to people when they're talking? Well, anyway, the reason that door won't open is probably because Sokolov is blocking it himself. He's scared, and no wonder. In order to break Sokolov out of there, you'll need his cooperation as well. So stop scaring him. Contact Sokolov later after you've disengaged the enemy. Once things have stabilized, try it again. Got it?
Não tem ninguém.
We've lost the enemy. He must be hiding nearby. Hunt him down.
Não me hunta down, não.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Lembra do KND lá. Não tinha um zero
Did he
também?
now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel
Era
Volgin of
mas o
Green.
vilão. O
You
vilão
in the
não era
West know
zero.
him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been
Era o
pursuing
pai,
a
sim, eu
policy
sei
of
que era o
peaceful
pai.
coexistence
Esse era o
with the
nome?
West.
Pai.
Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts?
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Achamos o careca.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
O Snake andando todo stealthzinho, aí o careca, ou vou andar. O que o cara tá fazendo? Tentando soltar um poder? Isso daí que tá muito raf, mano.
Freeze!
Ih, rapaz. Mas deu esse negócio de novo, velho. Porra, não dava isso daí não.
So this is the legendary boss.
Tentar descobrir depois o que que é. Olha só quem é, pelo geradinho da arminha.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. What's a Gru soldier doing here?
Ah, sim.
Soldier?
Morrendo com o Ocelot. Ocelot novinho.
He's the Ocelot commander. That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Ocelot.
Sokolov is ours.
Não tem revólver, só
Get out of
Ocelot.
here. And Ocelot never lets his prey escape. What?
Porque ele tá novinho que eu odeio ele menos. Tá sem bigode. Não te lembra alguma coisa? Olha só.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
Por que o Ocelot é um russo com bota de cowboy? Porque sim. É isso.
You're not the boss, are you?
Nossa, meu Ocelot, você bugou o jogo com o teu round. Caralho, depois eu tenho que descobrir o que eu posso fazer pra parar esses bugzinhos.
Crew operatives!
What is that stance? Huh. That gun.
Ó, pra
You're
você
not the
também.
boss. Then die.
Perrou a bala.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
O outro ali desmaiando.
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do.
Pelo menos esse jogo
But
Ocelot é
testing a
meio
technique
merda.
you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't
É
very smart.
novinho.
You were asking to have your gun jam on you.
Enemy,
Besides,
enemy.
I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Então tá,
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you alright?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it.
Nossa,
Something
piadinha.
about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Tá, o Sokolov saiu corrente. A minha. Isso tem item. Caralho, por que você tá com uma ratoeira? Todo mundo mimir, todo mundo mimir. Deixa eu salvar, vai.
Saving the game, Snake?
Acabei de salvar o cara.
Snake, do you know the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Nope, never heard of it.
These scientists are investigating a place deep in the Amazon called the Black Lagoon, and they get picked off one after the other by this fishman thing. And there was this scene when the heroine is going for a swim, and the creature sneaks up on her from underwater.
É tudo triste com
I
essa
thought my
roupa
heart
feia
was
do
going to
Snake.
stop. I mean, of course, the 3D effects in It Came From Outer Space were a lot more intense, but...
It wouldn't be referring
Se
to
queria
you
as
coming
roupinhas
from outer
coladas,
space, would it?
então.
How rude! Why do you say that?
Because no one on Earth could be as charming as you.
Olha só, deixa eu ver aqui.
Fine, I'll just get to the point, Snake. Be careful of what's around you when you're in the water. Just imagining you swimming in those jungle rivers makes me think of you being attacked by a fishman.
I appreciate the concern.
Fishmen aren't the only things that'll attack you in the water. Really be careful out there.
Okay.
And don't be attacking any pretty girls going for a swim, either.
Are you calling me a fishman?
You started it.
Ô louco. Eu chamo isso de levar um fora. Tinha soldados aqui, né?
You okay? Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
Ih.
That's what they were making you build.
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain.
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1.
Não chama Metal Gear, não. Esse é
It won't be
Shagohod.
truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2.
Esse é a fase 1.
Weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War.
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Eu já caí nessa ponte aí, hein? Facinho de cair. Careca tá se cagando desde quando tirou ele lá da casinha. The Boss. Esse cara é meio cagando. É mais cagão que o otaku. Porque é.
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Tamanho da heroína. Se o careca não tinha cagado antes, ele cagou agora. Não, agora é aquela diarreia, tá ligado? What the f... Os pernilongos levando o cara. Vamp não é o Vamp. Não é o Vamp. Um pouco parecido, mas não é não. Ah, não. O Vamp só volta no 4. O pai do Vamp, será?
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
Que raio de voz é essa?
It's raining blood.
Mano,
Is he crying?
tem que descobrir como melhora isso daí, velho. Olha, nossa, que horror. Talvez seja o hardware. Eu vou ter que tirar o hardware, talvez. Ou mudar a opção do hardware. Que horror.
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Rainy blood from lesser sky.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples?
É a letra Rainy Blood. Ah,
We
não
taking you with
conheço.
us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
Do Slayer? Não lembro. Não escutei muito Slayer. Nossa, tomou uma no nariz. F. Nossa, desmontou ele.
He's seen my face. We can't let him live.
Nossa, amor, mas a música que toca no inferno. Não lembro. Então, se eu escutar, eu lembro.
Khrushchev finds out
Pelo
about
nome,
this,
não.
we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
Foi. Ele levou a bandana.
The new blood has been rejected.
Agora virou cobra aquática.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
É assim que o Snake ganha a banana? É, com a tua banana não.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Todo fudido. Todo quebrado.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it.
Tá com o braço todo
Stay with
estourado.
me.
Só
I've
relaxa.
seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left analog stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left analog stick to select the medical item and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help
Caralho,
you
ela é
recover the process.
diagnosticada por telefone,
To treat a
né?
bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Ô, boa. Nossa, eu tô todo quebrado. Não consigo me mexer. Tem um corpo ali no fundo, ó. Calma, eu vou ter que fazer isso tudo com o braço quebrado? É. Nossa, esse Snake está cagado, né? Tá, vamos não, arrumar o braço primeiro. Não, o braço por último. É, o que eu tô sangrando, vai. Desinfetar. Bandagem? Ah, aqui, ó. Esse daqui tem visão 3D. Dá pra ver o braço quebrado? Ah, ali, ó. Dá pra ver. Tá quebradinho. Como é que dá zoom? Eu não lembro. Cortado. Broke, quebrado. Broke. Desinfetar. Costurar. E bandagem. Vai, faltou mais o quê? Tô sangrando ainda. Esse daqui? Não, não é esse daqui não. Esse daqui tá passando mal, ele tá. Ah, cortes. Quebrado. Cortado. Desinfeta. Costura. Mesma coisa, né? Não tem uma sequência, só taca tudo. Não é isso? Ah não, era isso. Snake, caralho, a droga tá foda. Vou pedir uma pizza com exatamente 6 anchovies e 2 cogumelos. Tá foda, quero uma pizza. É isso, né? E, nossa, 2 ossos. É no... Ah, tá, quebrou uma costela também. Tô bem. Aí me costurei inteiro. Nossa, o cobra pelado. Consegue quebrar um terror, eu imagino. Crack. Não sei como ele sozinho conseguiu arrumar a costela, mas ok. Eu acho que é só pra tacar o band-aid na costela. Ele bate na hora e quebra mais o osso, imagina. Desloca o ombro. Não fez a bandana de torniquete. É torniquete que diz?
Good job,
Tô falando, eu tô sentindo que eu tô falando
We're
bosta.
coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Não foi você que deslocou dele uma vez? É, botando no lugar. Foi instantâneo. Saiu do lugar e eu botei no lugar, tipo, no desespero. Aí deu uma fraqueza. Deu aquela tremedeira. Fiquei... Não, né? Aquele ali é... Sei lá, então. Isso, tipóia, né? Torniquete é aquele lá pra tancar sangramento daí, não é? Isso daí que foi embora, não adianta. Mamãe foi embora. Que é pro fluxo de sangue, isso, esse mesmo. O Ocelot tá muito triste de ter tomado uma surra. Eu fiquei assim quando chegou meu PC.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras,
I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
Quem peidou?
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Ih, foi numa base. O celular estava me lembrando alguém, já descobri quem. Boom. Pronto, o Snake pegou um câncer. O Pierce do R6. Não sei quem é, não lembro. Não lembro quem é Pierce. Eu salvo. O cara. Ah, é aquele bostão lá. O cara que vai com o Chris. Que chatão. Agora o jogo começa. Depois de 1h30. Faz 20 vezes o trabalho do boss. Eu não gosto dele. Snake Eater, o comedor de cobra. Caralho, que deu Kojima assim, ó, 3. Vai. Kojima. Lá 3 vezes ele aparece no teu banheiro. Mano, isso é muito 007, né não, mano? É muito 007. Bojima. Tá, nessa intro eu perdi as contas quantas vezes apareceu Kojima. Foi muito. Uns 20, vai. Comedor de cobra. Uma semana depois, 30 de agosto. Caralho, foi esse... Quase que eu joguei no dia, olha só isso aí, engraçado. Quase joguei no dia. Faltou pouco.
Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload any 3 systems shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox
Acho
is
que ele
going to die?
preferia estar morto.
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
Cigarro. Cigarro.
Yes, I hear you,
No
Mr.
hospital. Ele não tava quebrado? É, ué.
It was a hotline
Sem-
call from Khrushchev to
Com a
President Johnson.
costela
From the
fudida.
head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my
Finalmente consegui
power
sobreviver a ele.
is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard that. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin, of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So,
Eu tenho que repetir tudo, então.
Volgin's help stole 2 experimental
Padrão.
nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal?
If you
Quando
fail,
alguém fala nada, é sempre alguma coisa.
World War.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Tamo fudidos, Snake, dá jeito.
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. I've also arranged for him to provide
Achar
an
o
escape.
Adam e a Eva.
You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
O Snake tá se cagando tudo ali. Pronto, agora foi outros ossos. O Snake já tinha odiado paraquedas, imagina agora, então. Nem era paraquedas, mano, ele virou por um momento um míssil ali.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss?
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Operação Comedor de Cobra.
The boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it.
Mais um pra falar de filme.
The tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Esse jogo já tá sendo um filme, mal toquei nele.
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square 0. My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and "Lali Lule Lo."
Lali Lule Lo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme
Sem pressão,
caution.
sem pressão.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Tá. Itens. Mesma coisa, só que dessa vez tem granada de stun e... mesma coisa também. Vamos ter uma certeza aqui. Calma aí. Uniforme... Leaf. Face. Wood. Sem pressão, mas se você perder todo mundo morre. Sem pressão, sem pressão. Eu acho que tá full. Não tá full. Tô com todos os itens. Então vamos salvar rapidão aqui. E tem o Sigint também. Vamos salvar o Sigint e depois o Magic.
Yo! You're Snake, aren't you?
And you're Sigint?
None other.
I heard that you're an expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology.
Close.
Huh?
I am the expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology.
Ah.
I'm the guy that designed your trank gun, active sonar, and motion detector.
Olha só.
If you want to know anything about weapons or equipment you find in the field, just send me a message and ask. Later.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days, actually.
Huh?
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
Then you must have seen me naked.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped up in bandages and tubes, so I couldn't do anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope so.
Caralho,
But
Snake,
seriously,
guarda tua
don't
Snake
forget
por
that you were like that
minuto.
until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth
Não é
shut.
cobra sólida ainda.
Maybe so.
Agora eu sei porque ele muda
By the
de
way,
codinome.
I heard
Por
you'll lose your
isso.
medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you.
Huh.
Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen. but you push yourself too hard, you're reckless. Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and the boss don't kill each other. So that's why I volunteered. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Thanks.
Stop right there.
Huh?
You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
Eu não salvei.
Do you want to save?
Eu cliquei perimétrica, não cliquei em salvar, né?
Snake, have you heard of It Came from Outer Space?
Yeah, you told me already.
So this astronomer sees a meteor, but it's really an alien spaceship, right? And the aliens start replacing the townspeople with clones and forcing them to help repair the ship. The 3D effects were quite realistic.
I've got all
Me lembrou aquele filme do Ataque dos Marcianos.
No, you don't get it.
Aquele filme é legal.
Precisely because it's realistic, with the images jumping out of the screen at you. It makes for a nice escape from reality. I have to admit it made my eyes tired, but it was really intense. Unfortunately, they don't make very many of those movies anymore.
When did it come out?
I was still in college, so probably about 10 years ago.
Guess I'm out of luck then.
You know, they're coming out with household versions of video cassette recorders. One day you'll be able to see old movies anytime you want. It'll be like having a movie theater in your own home.
Really?
It's like if you had a record with movie film etched onto it instead of music. It'll work the same way.
You're kidding.
No, really. And someday they might make movies where you control the characters yourself.
Sounds like magic.
Wow.
It'll happen. Make sure you stay alive to see it, Snake.
Um filme que a gente pode mexer o personagem não pode ser real. Tem nada, né? Acho que não. Ah, tô sem o silenciador. Ah não, tô sim com o silenciador. Eu com o Gilman se bajulando, né? Eu vou ligar o sensor, que eu não tenho visão nenhuma. Vou pegar uma comida. Acho que não tem nada não. Pelo menos eu não estou vendo nada. Olha que tem bateria essas coisas, mano. Tá, aquilo ali é cobra. Não. Red Dead? Virou Red Dead, virou Red Dead. Tem cavalo, é Red Dead, foda-se. Não. Pé de pano.
Death wasn't ready for you yet.
Mamãe.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
Engraçado.
What are you doing here?
Caralho, Snake. Um dia. Ah, mano, desmontou minha arma.
Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing the mission. You're not even armed.
Vai quebrar o outro braço agora.
Boss.
I'm not your boss anymore. There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America. That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry.
Nossa, fica calmo. Meu vulto.
The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me. But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long.
Ai.
If we meet again, I'll kill you. Now, go home.
É isso, apanha da bola de novo. Acabou de sair do hospital.
I read you, Snake.
I was
Ninguém viu que
ambushed by
Snake
the
não fica
boss.
assim, osso quebrado.
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Sem arma. All over again. Tá, deixa eu ver a camuflagem. Black. Ou vou ficar de preto. Ah, os dois é a mesma coisa. Ah, não, é pra ver alguém?
What the hell is this?
Caralho, fui rápido.
HQ, HQ.
Tá de luto, perdi minha pistola.
Control here. We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Tá, tem um ali.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution. Sessenta eles me vê. Talvez seja camuflagem.
É a camuflagem. Fez. Normal. Pera aí. Eu estou aqui, tem um caminho pra cima. É pra cima, chuto eu. Não, eu não queria levantar não. Sou louco. Porra, meu irmão. Você tinha que ver bem aonde eu tava. Oh, desgraça. Tudo de novo. Porra, meu irmão. Tinha que vir logo onde eu tava, velho. Eu tava todo pentecostal. Caralho, não tenho um minuto de paz. Tô envenenado. Injetar soro. Caralho. Paz não é uma opção. Porra, meu irmão. Eu tava todo deslizantinho. O cara veio na minha direção e falou: What is that? A minha camuflagem tava baixa? Será? Eu não vi? Vai dar 485. Ah, mano. Puta que pariu. Nossa, que desastre. Levante, Snake.
Request to call up alert 146.20. Speak. Let me go. Request to call up alert 146.20.
Você não quer desligar? Porra, por que você não quer desligar? Não, dá mais desligado. Ah, aquele cara vai vir de lá, mano. Tá no mato aqui. Nossa, amigo. Pera aí, eu tô machucado? Eu tô sangrando. Eu tô todo fodido já. Desinfetar o que? Sangramento. Qual que é o item pra corte? Nossa, até aquele cara vinha aqui, de lá pra cá, e aquele cara ali já acordou. Porra! Não, acho que faz parte mesmo, né? Não, acho que faz parte, porque... Porra, mano. Senão eu já tinha desligado quando eu falei desliga aí. Não desligaram, acho que só faz parte. Tá desencoxado aqui. um ali, velho. Nossa, vai demorar muito. Pera aí, eu vou tentar fazer um negócio aqui que eu lembro que eu fazia quando eu jogava no Play. Tá, deu certo. Peguei uma roupinha nova. Raindrop. Bonitinho, bonitinho. Não consigo ver se tem alguém ali. Na outra câmera? Não. Nada no sensor. Ah, pronto. Ah, mano. Meu Deus do céu. Tem um rastreador no meu cu. Não me falta paciência não, mano. Tô de boas. O problema é que eu fiquei exatamente onde o cara ia vir. Eu dei azar ali. Nossa, queria uma visão térmica agora, hein? I can't see shit. Vou ouvindo ninguém. Não tem ninguém? Olha, isso é uma arma. Eu acho. Não, Snake. Isso. Porra, Snake. É isso.
Sounds like the Cobra unit's members' names came from the specific emotions they each carry into battle.
Emotions?
Yeah. For unbearable torment, the pain. For true oblivion, the end. For infinite rage, the fury. For absolute terror, the fear.
Esses são chefes.
And for unsurpassed bliss, the joy.
The joy?
It's another name for the boss, because of the joy she feels in battle, I suppose.
Onde tudo
During the
começou.
war, she had a partner named the Sorrow. Sorrow and joy. They say there couldn't have been a more perfect pair.
Mais alguma coisa?
The Davy Crockett's that the boss took with her when she defected are mortars that fire nuclear warheads. They're named after Davy Crockett, the hero who died defending the Alamo in the Texan War of Independence.
Remember the Alamo.
That's right. The warheads are equivalent to between 10 and 20 tons of TNT. Every building within 150 yards of the hypocenter is completely obliterated. But the warheads the boss had with her were some kind of experimental super bomb. So they're actually even more powerful than that. I don't even want to think about what happened if she used it again. Snake, you know what you have to do.
Yeah, I know.
Dá pra abrir isso daqui? Não. Não dá pra abrir. Parecia que dava. Aqui dá. Peguei o Zocro Termal. Putz, eu tenho que equipar também. Ah é, tem tudo bateria. Tinha me esquecido disso. Não era aqui. Pera aí.
Adam is a spy sent by the KGB to infiltrate Volgin's ranks. You'll need to be extremely careful in how you approach him.
Obviously. He can't let Volgin know he's meeting me.
That's right. Adam won't show up if you're being pursued by the enemy. Before you go to rendezvous with Adam, make sure you haven't been seen by the enemy. Meet up with him in normal phase. Got it?
Tudo no normal. Pô, maldade isso daí. Ah tá. O Snake tá com uma faquinha e ele não tem medo.
Sorry I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots?
A faquinha é tudo que ele precisa.
Answer me. Trapped.
Get down! Your answer.
Olha o L'Oréal Paris.
The name's Eva.
O Snake. Tira os olhos. O Snake não parou de olhar. Foda-se, meu irmão. Todo mundo é L'Oréal Paris nesse jogo, né?
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
A cobra
It's
pela...
Snake.
Snake, huh? Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
What happened to Adam?
Colonel Volgan is a very suspicious man. He decided Adam wasn't the right person for this mission.
And you were?
Yes.
Why?
Because I can do things he can't.
I heard you used to be a codebreaker for the NSA.
Whoa,
I was.
piada.
4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
Bet you've never seen that technique in the West.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a Chinese Type 17 pistol. Around here, even that's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got for you is American-made.
.45, huh? Incredible.
Do you like it?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision.
Criança tá
The
feliz.
sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized. Where'd you get something like this?
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory. It probably used to belong to one of your officers, and there are more where that came from. You had this with you, didn't you?
Tranquilizante.
Better take this too.
Que a Boys morreu.
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
A disguise?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe then?
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the Shagohod.
Where?
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
We'll see, won't we?
Tell me how to get to the lab.
The safest way in is from the rear. First, you'll need to head north through the jungle. You'll come to a heliport used for shipping materials. Pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse. Make your way through the warehouse and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Got it.
Decorei tudo.
And just what are you doing there?
In close-range combat, a knife can sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight.
A cara dela de tipo, nossa.
Wait a minute.
What now?
You must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I'll be fine.
You'll never make it in your condition. It's a jungle out there. There's still an hour before dawn. It's dangerous to be out in the jungle at night without a guide.
What about you?
I have to get back. I can't be gone for too long. They'll start to suspect something. Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it?
My orders are to provide you with information. Nothing more.
Ele tava bem até ver os peitão dela. Deu aquela fraquejada.
All right then. I'll do something special for you.
Que?
I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and lie down.
Ah, bom.
What's the matter?
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
How well do you have to know me to trust me?
Não me diz que um
I don't
pouquinho.
know if I can trust anybody.
Gonna get that?
Ai, velho, eu tô com uma mulher aqui.
She's right, Snake. You
Ah,
should
não, é
get
outra
some
mulher.
sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU. Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury. When you're tired or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap. Doctor's orders, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Literalmente eu falando, para de jogar, chega. Agora que eu fiquei... Eu acho, eu não sei, ela disse ali, mas se eu tipo salvar o jogo e fechar o jogo, então eu recupero minha estamina? Também me curo, tipo, alguma doença? Fiquei curioso agora, eu nunca não lembrava disso não. Porque tem coisas no jogo que tipo, se você salva o jogo, fecha o jogo, fica um tempo e volta, acontece coisas diferentes. Tem isso no jogo. Não vou dizer o que, né, mas tem. Meu Deus, Snake. Snake.
What's the matter?
We're surrounded. I see 4 of them.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot.
Snake.
Let's get out of here.
Não
Hurry.
consegue, ele se distrai muito
Don't
fácil.
forget your gear. Here, give me a hand. We can use this to get to the basement.
E o Ocelot ali.
Ocelot. I'll get past them on my bike. I'll call you later.
Okay, I'll keep them busy. Huh?
Don't go dying on me now.
Tá. 9 inimigos. Deixa eu ver aqui. Não, arma. Acho que eu tô equipado com as armas já, né? Não, não estava. Smoke Grenade pode ser uma boa. O resto tá equipado. Vamos desequipar esse aqui enquanto não. Estão vindo pra cá. Como é? Eu não consigo desligar o bagulho. Ele não vai ouvir, né? Eu não consigo desligar. Só consigo olhar pros lados.
I see.
Ele ouviu. Nossa, eu bati minha cara aqui na... Eu bati minha cara no armário.
What? Not here? He's not here?
Eu não sabia que dava pra bater minha cara no armário.
Hunt him down.
Posso equipar de novo. Tranquilizante. Caminho ali. Mais nada? Mais nada. Tem um cara no teto. Guarda ali. Não. Eu não tava virado. Porra, meu irmão, você não tava virado não. Tá, 4 vão ficar andando junto então? Eles estão dentro da construção. Porra, você tava aqui, amigo. Porra, meu irmão. Aí é foda, viu? Eu caí. Que desastre. Credo, mano. Hoje eu tô criminoso, hein? Puta que pariu. Porra, meu irmão. Aí é foda, hein? Eu caí de novo, velho, que raiva. escutando os passos, mas não vejo ninguém. Que? Porra! Vai! Pronto. Tô ouvindo, mas não tô vendo. Minha internet só morreu e eu perdi. Eu perdeu fazendo muita merda. Chegou os soldados do Ocelot, daí a Eva e o Snake. A Eva foi embora e o Snake ficou pra distrair os soldados. Aí eu tenho que eliminar 9. Falta 3 agora. O resto tá ali, tá tudo dormindo.
Nothing here.
Por que, velho? Onde eu tô tomando tiro? Falta um. Sabe, sei lá onde tá. Nossa, mas hoje eu tô jogando mal para um caralhos. Caralho! O cara me viu antes de eu conseguir ver ele. Eu sei que tá no modo difícil, mas porra, meu irmão. Modo difícil é uma coisa, ver atrás da parede aí é foda. Ah, recarregou. E aí? I'm bleeding. É verdade, ó, tem a máscara que eu tô levando. Lembra alguém? Esse rosto belo lembra alguém? Esse cabelinho. Mas falta bunda, né? Falta bunda. Tá, daí ela falou que eu tinha que ir num... É isso aí. Ah, atrás de mim.
waiting for this moment.
E
That's it. That's the stance. I don't think so.
que isso?
A female spy? This bitch is wearing perfume. Stay where you are. I've had enough of your judo.
I see you've got yourself a single-action army.
That's right. There'll be no accidents this time.
Revolver.
You call that an accident?
Que isso, Rosa?
Well, it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been showing off.
What did you say?
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning to auction it off as a collector's item. And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We'll see.
Eu gasto as balas. Caralho, Ocelot. Tomou um Devil May Cry.
Six shots.
É esse o seu personagem favorito?
The Makarov carries 8.
Olha, mó da hora. É só meio merda nesse jogo. Ele é ainda novato, ele tem 15 anos. Nossa, ficou com a cara marcada de roda. Nossa, ele até errou o lado. Tadinho.
This isn't over yet.
Don't.
Why?
He's still young.
Tô correndinho.
You'll regret stopping me. Damn it! I've got to get back before he does.
Saiu correndo. Mamãe, bateu em mim. Porra, moça. Ah, mas antes de ir pra próxima área, eu vou terminar então. Essas primeiras horas de jogo foi só o desastre. Eu só fiz merda. Meu stealth foi pra casa do caralho. Ah, peguei um rosto. Não lembrava. Peguei zumbi. Aí. Pronto. Um pouco. Não, nem um pouco. É isso. Saindo assim. Como cobra pelada. Mas antes de salvar o jogo, escutar mais um filme. Foi mais curtinho, né? Mas é também porque eu comecei tarde hoje. Tava dando aqueles problemas, não sei o que era.
Hey Snake, have you ever seen Forbidden Planet?
No, can't say I have.
It's about this expedition that goes to the planet Altair 4 in an ultra-fast spaceship. When they arrive, they meet the survivor of the last expedition, Dr. Morbius. Dr. Morbius was exploring the planet along with his daughter Altera and the versatile Robbie the robot. Ignoring the doctor's warnings, the expedition team is suddenly attacked by an invisible creature called the Monster from the Id. The special effects they used for the science stuff were really neat.
Morbius,
I wish I had
Morbius.
a robot like Robbie that could make anything I wanted it to.
O melhor filme do
I'm
mundo.
more interested in that invisible monster. If I were invisible, I wouldn't have to bother hiding or wearing camouflage.
Maybe someday you'll be able to turn invisible.
Yeah, that'll be the day.
Mas é isso então. Smorbing Time. Vou indo então. Tchau, tchau, até.